A lot of people have been asking the question on wiper motors for these old Jeeps. What they had on, what to put on, or what you're doing, what to do with them. Originally I'm talking on CJ like 2As, 3As, 3Bs, CJ5s, you know, up into the 60s. Originally they came out on the driver's side with a vacuum wiper motor that was mounted on them, and they ran off a vacuum off the engine. As everybody knows, when you're going up a hill and stepping down on the gas, they don't usually work that great. But if you're restoring the Jeep again and want to put antique plates on and not driving it in the rain hardly, you know, maybe you want to let the vacuum on. We have rebuilt units here and stuff, but we need cores for them. And for the most part they work, except if you're going up a long drag of a hill, then you got to let off the gas once in a while so the wiper comes over and cleans the windshield off. But on almost all the old Jeeps, the driver's side had the vacuum on and the passenger side had a hand wiper on. This is like for a 2A, this one here, and the passenger had to actually reach up at the handle here and move it back and forth to clean the windshield off so he could see out. And that's just how they had them, you know. Back in them days we weren't driving 70-80 miles an hour, so it didn't much matter. But most of them had on the hand wiper on the passenger side. And it was also an option to get a vacuum motor on the passenger side, but there again, a lot of times when people bought Jeeps, they didn't get very many accessories on them. They just bought the bare bones Jeep, and that was it. So a lot of old Jeeps I've seen over the years still had the hand wiper on them. And you know, there again, if you're gonna run your Jeep a lot and use it on the road a lot, and you get in the rain a lot and stuff with it, the vacuum wipers don't work that great all the time. And then you just get the electric wiper motor and put it on. It mounts in the same hole and stuff as the vacuum wiper, and you know, the shaft sticks out. The new wiper motors, the shafts are a lot longer, so for a couple of reasons they use them on anything, industrial equipment, anything, so they make them long enough to fit a lot of different things. So when you use them on the Jeep, you can see how much longer that shaft is than the vacuum. So what you got to do is cut them down and shorten them so that they don't stick out through the windshield real far. And it's easily done by taking a fine-tooth hacksaw, put the nut on the shaft, and take a fine-tooth hacksaw and decide where you want to cut it off at, and just take the hacksaw around the outer threaded part and cut it off without cutting in through the middle shaft. And then after you cut that off, this is about 3/4 inches sticking out here, you know, then you can cut your outer shaft off. Don't cut the both of them off straight, or you'll be buying another wiper motor because you'll end up getting it too short because you won't know where to put your wiper arm on. You know, because your wiper arm goes on the center shaft there, so it has to stick out to put your wiper arm on. And nice thing about these, we have them in 6 volts, 12 volts, 24 volts, and when you turn them on, they run all the time. And also on the Willys wagons and trucks, they had the vacuum wiper motor on the firewall too. And same thing with them, especially with these, because they're dragging 2 wipers instead of just 1 like on a CJ. There again, if you really need to see on them things and you're using the truck, we have electric wiper conversion that bolts on the firewall. And the nice thing about it, it's a 2-speeder. When you pull the switch on, it runs all the time. And the new electric wiper motor makes right up to the same coupling as the vacuum did, and it bolts on the firewall with 4 bolts. And we give a little wire harness with it, and a switch to put up on the dash, so you can mount your switch up on the dash where the original wiper switch was. And these will only fit the wagon, truck, and Jeepsters, and they're only available in 12 volts.